Tell us a bit about your journey that led you into broadcasting and a bit about your family background.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate to be raised in a Ghanaian immigrant household, a household that was very much about gender equality. You know, what was interesting is Ghanaian culture is a matriarchal society, so women are really empowered. And so boys and girls are treated with equal value in the home. And so I think that really helped shape me as a child, that it was okay to have an opinion as a woman. And so that's what led to my media career. I started in the industry when I was 16 on radio. I did work experience at Kiss FM, and then that sort of led to MTV and then on to Channel 4 and so on and so on.
What would be some of your standout moments? You were asked earlier some of the people that you got to interview over the years. Who were some of your highlights?
Some of my highlights, definitely loved interviewing Will Smith. I loved interviewing George Clooney. Who wouldn't like interviewing George Clooney? I loved getting to present Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday party. Yeah, I've met some cool people over the years.
Who would you say have been some of your greatest black role models or mentors that have inspired you?
I would say some of my greatest black role models and mentors, I've been very lucky. So in terms of role models, Oprah Winfrey for sure. Just seeing her and seeing all that she has been able to achieve always inspires me. I've literally been her biggest fan since I was a teenager. And then in terms of black mentors, I've been lucky. Baroness Amos is a very big mentor of mine. Lord Wahid Ali. I'm fortunate enough to know a lot of black trailblazers in this country.
Have you encountered any prejudice, racism yourself?
Oh, yeah.
What examples, what have been the biggest challenges for a black woman in media?
Yes, I've encountered a lot of racism over the years. It's subtle racism. So being bumped off magazine covers, not considered mainstream enough for sort of big, shiny floor Saturday night type shows. Yeah, lots. But I don't let that bother me because, you know, I think sadly there are people in our industry who still have very limiting views or limiting outlook, or who don't believe that an audience can connect with somebody that looks different to them. And the terrible thing is a lot of them don't even realize that they think that way. And so I think it's a continuous ongoing battle, but it's something that we have to keep chugging away at and have to somehow try to change.
How do you try to be a role model for particularly up-and-coming black women in media?
I don't think I actually say to myself, oh, I'm a role model, but I do hope that the little bit of confidence, extra confidence I gain as I get older, hopefully that inspires somebody else. So I look at it more in those terms, in terms of actually trying to be that much more confident every day, just a little bit more, and that allows me to sort of take more risks.
Of all the highlights over your career, how does getting an MBE,
Yes.
MBE, right?
Yes.
What was that like?
Getting an MBE was great, but it was really more for my parents. I think they were more excited than I was. So yeah, it was good.
And tell us about your Christian journey in the midst of all this.
Yes, so I'm definitely a person of faith. I love God, pray a lot, you know. I'm somebody that was raised in a Christian household. And then I sort of came to it myself. As a teenager, I was hit by a car. I didn't walk for a very long time, which meant I was in a lot of pain. And just mentally, the way that I got through it was with my faith, for sure.
Tell us about your book that you've been signing to, called Diversity?
Diversify.
Diversify, sorry.
Yes, so my book Diversify looks at the social, moral and economic benefits of diversity. and why diversity is good for society. There's a wonderful quote by Reverend William Sloane Coffin, who was a civil rights activist in the 60s and a wonderful theologian. And he has a quote that says, diversity may be the hardest thing for society to live with, and perhaps the most dangerous thing for society to be without. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about this issue. Of course, it is not easy. It is not easy trying to somehow integrate people that come from different backgrounds, have different belief systems, have completely different outlooks on life. But actually, when you do get it right, my goodness, that's where the magic happens. And that's why I'm so passionate about it.
Last question. Tell us about some of the causes that you're an advocate for, including this lunch project in Soweto.
Yes. Well, I don't do Lunchbox Fund anymore, but I have a new one called AfriKids. I'm so passionate about AfriKids. It is an education charity that works with kids in northern Ghana. And the north of Ghana is perhaps one of its poorest regions. And it's a part of the country that has been overlooked for decades. And what they do is they go into the communities there, they teach the children, but they also work with their parents in creating work and employment. And it's just a wonderful 360 approach to alleviating poverty. And so I'm so passionate about them.